Yes, 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 yes. What's going on, man? Man, let's pause this. What's going on, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there we go. We got some sound. So we know the nature of the market is that the markets are fractal. By fractal, we mean can be broken down in different sizes. And I'm not going to stay on Instagram long. We'll be over on, I'm live on YouTube right now, which usually has a much better view. What's up, Nick? And just all around better experience, man. I don't know why, but whenever I turn Instagram on here, I don't know if it's because it's two platforms. It's so weird. It starts throttling me, man. So what we're looking at here, Ben and Bob, thank you, sir, for the badge. What we're looking at here is Charles Schwab, and this is some further fallout from what we've seen with the banking fiasco. And we've got a few of these. And if we look at, let's look at KRE. A lot of ways to play this, man. Here's KRE. This is one I've been building. Again, this is a trade. And so is Schwab. And both of these are what I call position trades. I mean, I'm not really planning to get stopped out of any of these. If they go into a stage one, I will look to add on the next stage one. And that's the difference between a position trade and, say, a swing trade. Swing trade, I got an exit. If it moves against me, I'm out. That's called swing trading. Same in day trading. Like I got a day trade open right now in the TQQ. If it moves against me, I'm out. And that's basically the, you know, there's momentum trading. There's this and that. Let's pull this up. Let's look at this 1 minute. But there's just a limited number of ways to trade. And as you narrow down what you're doing, a lot of this will make more sense. And so if you follow the money flow, or what I do, I don't know if you can see this or not. Right? Does that look familiar? Right, what are we seeing? So that's the money flow in a 1 minute NASDAQ chart, but we're using the TQQ to represent the NASDAQ as because it's triple leveraged. And that's a fractal pattern. That's what I'm looking at here. This pattern of price movement. What's up, Brittany? And, you know, I'm looking to buy on the one, add on the breakout, take some off on the three if I'm trading. So especially if I'm day trading. So if we go back, let's pull this up where I'm day trading the TQ. Bam! Look at that. So as the RSI comes into extreme, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to take some down. Because the trade's not going to keep going. It's a day trade, right? It's only going to go so far. And that's the fractal pattern of the money flow, man. So let's trim a little. Let's see, close. Hold on just a second. In real time, baby, real time. We just sold 600 shares. 600 shares, just sold them. Bam, now it's turning down. And so we see that, and that's probably the top. I don't know for sure. But what I'm going to look for is this right here to tell me that it's done, which will be the rollover. Once we start to do that, I just assume it's going to come down, and it's probably going to come back down to where it was before. So once it comes down, I kind of assume it comes back to where it was before. This one, you see, it didn't quite come to where it was before. And so that's the way it works on the daily chart as well. Fractal nature of the money flow. Fractals, a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales or time frames. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop. Driven by recursion, fractals are images of dynamic systems, the pictures of chaos. Geometrically, they exist between our familiar dimensions. Fractals or patterns are extremely familiar since nature is full of them. And then, are we going back up? Look at that. Bam, baby. We're going to keep running. So, the fractal nature. And look at this beautiful, beautiful stage. Now, this may have tricked some people. That little pullback there might be too quick on the triggers. As long as we're above this green line, we're going higher. These little pullbacks are normal. Matter of fact, that's how, if this was a daily chart, I just got a coastal flood alert. If this were a daily chart, I would use that little pullback as a way to get in. And I'd wait for my first reversal candle, and I'd place an order right above it. And then I'd catch the trend. I'd catch the trend. And so that's the fractal nature of price movement. Look how clear it is. Stage 4 decline, sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways, up, right? We're still going up. Fractal nature of price movement. Now the RSI is 70. So a price starts to scale out of this, thinking it might not go. Now we could back this up and go to a 3-minute, and what do we see? We see it creeping higher. Has it ever stopped here before? Look at that. I actually have a box over here. Stopped here before a bunch of times. See that? So those zones become zones where price tends to get stuck, so to speak. So as you read charts more and more and more, and you really want to see that, oh, look, we're still going. That's way more important than an indicator or a moving average or any of that. It's just the ability to see price, man. Just the ability to see price. So the way this came to me was I was playing blackjack actually at a casino. I bought a lot of stocks and traded a lot and lost a lot of damn money and did a lot of stupid things. You know, all the shit you guys are doing on a daily basis with your options and all this other shit. So all that dumb shit you guys are doing every day, I was doing that too. And then it hit me, man. It hit me. The 4 stages of price movement. Stan Weinstein was teaching it, but he was teaching it on a weekly chart. And it came to me that it was on a daily. Look at Wells Fargo. Look at Wells Fargo. See the pattern? Right, so we got our stage 3, stage 4 decline, right? Stage 1, and now what? We're breaking out. I got $1 for a donut. It says this thing goes to $42. You can look and see this dividend pair. Every time it gets drawn underneath that 200 is drawn back to it, man. We could probably show chart after chart where it's done that. But again, stage 3, stage 4, stage 1, stage 2, right? Stage 3. Amazing, right? Amazing. So that's what we're seeing there. We've been buying the one MPW. It's now past a buy zone. So last day to buy it was Friday, or what's today, Monday? No, today's Tuesday. Last day to buy it was yesterday. So now it's breaked out. For me, it's too far past the buy zone. And so I'm back to even. I'm actually even on the stock. Actually green a little bit today. I'm a little green on the stock today. So now it's green with a 14% dividend yield. I don't know what you call that. I call it infinite money. Free money. Free. You can get your brain around that. So it may never come back to this price again. That means always and forever it's above my price and I'm collecting free money. And that is a beautiful thing. Free money. Maybe not. Maybe it comes down, but I doubt it. I bet it heads back to that 200 there. Hold on. Let me get sidetracked here. All right. So look what happened. Is the RSI extreme? Yes. Check. Do we have an apex point? Yep. Check. Do we have 3 or 4 candles that confirm that apex point? Yep. What's up, Michael? So, yep, there we go. Same thing we had here, we have here. So the yin and the yang, man. Yin and the yang of the market, man. A stage 2 is a stage 4. The only difference is one's going up, one's coming down. So they call this distribution. They call this accumulation. And so now I'd expect it, if it breaks down, it's going to break down. Eventually, it's going to come back, probably back into here, right? And so you would have a money flow pattern of sideways up, sideways down, sideways. So I'm only trading the pattern to the upside as far as day trading it today. So all I'm trading is this. I'm looking for accumulations, and I'm watching it ride. Looking for accumulation, and then I'm watching it ride. Looking, and then we hit distribution, I start scaling out. Make sense? So as I watch Schwab here, I got an anchor point, 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and prices above the 5-day moving average. So there we are. Pretty cool, huh? So a new one I've been buying is UAN. UAN pays a pretty large dividend. It's very similar to ZIM. The dividend will float up and down. It'll float up and down, okay? Which means they change it if the market conditions change. Look at that. So we're up a couple $100 on this right now. So market conditions. No profit target on TQQ. I'm day trading it. We can go as high as it wants to go, but I'm going to get out at the end of the day. No profit target. Don't put a profit target if it wants to run. And whenever you do a profit target, just take some off. Let it keep going. Guy on YouTube says, Wondering how I lost half my XLF trade. Yeah, open it 32.12, open it 12.15, but I profited. I have no idea what you're saying. Those numbers are way too tight for me, man. Pennies, man. I'm not. We're looking at pennies. Um, so we'll see if this stage three holds there. That's probably distribution being built out. Let's put that box on there. We'll leave it. It's probably distribution being built out here. UAN, big ass dividend payer, like 25%, very similar to Zim, pays a huge dividend. Don't buy these if you're a giant PUSSY, okay? These things are very volatile. They go up and down and the dividend changes. So if you're buying these, you need to understand that, okay? These are not normal stocks. Normal stocks don't pay 20, 25% dividend yields. And then don't, like every time, it's in a dividend trap. No, man, read it. Understand what it is. It's not a dividend trap. This is not like Kellogg's paying a 25% dividend. It's not what it is. So if we look at Zim, so last year, UAN paid $27 a share dividend. It's a $90 stock. Paid $27 in dividends per share. 27. That's a lot, dude. So it's like a 20-something% dividend yield. And hopefully they're on track to do it again this year. Now, there's going to be people who cannot understand that because they're so conditioned by what other people have told them that they can't think on their own. Okay? But you definitely want to research them if you're looking at these. If you look at Zim, 12.5% today. So we got paid a 20-something% dividend the other day, and now it's up 12%. It looks a lot like 32% to me. Now, if you're underwater in the share, in the actual price, that's okay. That don't matter. They're going to keep throwing out those fat dividends. So I've collected 2 of them now, 2 or 3, 2, bought it in August. So I've collected almost 50% in dividends. 50% in 2 dividends, man. So yeah, the price itself, we're down, but if you add in the dividends, I'm up. The next one will be, but again, you got to understand these type of stocks and understand what they're doing. Okay, it's not normal stocks. Nice move, by the way. I'm guessing other people are catching on to this stock. Let's see. We've got a nice move out of lift. I don't know. I haven't been doing it much. I haven't made any moves in like a week now, other than today. I bought our new position in Schwab. Now, Schwab, we'll get back to this. Did I fuck it up? Nice breakout and lift. Let me pull. On this Schwab, this is what I call a position trade. Now, a position trade means I don't get stopped out, so I'm not using any stops. If I was swing trading this, I would have a stop probably somewhere in here. Somewhere right around there. Now, they know this, so they might stop hunt it, hit it, and then come back up. So I don't use hard stops. That's just me. I don't play stops into the market. I wait and I watch them in real time. And if they hit, I usually wait till more toward the close to get out of them. Look, we broke out of that box. See how we broke out of that stage 3 box? So now this is a new anchor point. We'll just keep tracking it all the way up, man. Woo! So if you're in my day trade room, we should be in the green now, guys. You played that right. If you didn't give up, we had a bunch of losers in the beginning. So hopefully if you stayed the course, you're in the green now. But I had 4 losers in a row and it doesn't feel good. Can't let that affect you, man. If you take a hit, you just take a hit. Fuck it. Fuck it. Take the stock to 0. I don't give a fuck. Take it to 0. And imagine if you had that kind of confidence. Imagine if you walked around like that, man. Think about the personal power if you were like that. Fuck it. Take the whole stock market to 0. I don't give a fuck. I'll buy the whole thing. Imagine if you thought like that. Imagine you'd be a walking badass. Think about all your family. I'm scared of the stock market. It might go down. Uh-huh. That was a lot of you guys during the growth crash. I'm scared. Then it goes down. So the way you protect yourself from all of that is being diversified, right? You want to own different assets, doing different things, so that at different times you can trim them to add to other things. Oh, we're back into the box. That's a very bearish sign, by the way. When you break out of the box and go back into the box, that is not a good sign. So let's see if that holds. So that's where we got to try to get you guys, man. You got to try to get to where let me help see. He's around back, man. You just want to throw it over the fence or something. Yeah, that one works fine. He's back there working in the backyard. Yeah, he's back there. Yep. Hey, Jonathan, you see Anthony? Let him know he just got a package. Sorry, guys. Packages don't last long in New Orleans with the homeless people around. Yep. Yeah, so that's where we got to get people. What I try to get people to do with the money flow is not to look at anything else. Oh, look, there's that. See how we broke out of that box. So now we're forming a new one. Is focus on it and don't look at anything else, man. You know, like don't look at anything else. And that's tough, man. It's tough to get people to do that. It's tough to get people to do that, man. Yeah, so if I was swing trading this is Charles Schwab hitting the banking thing. It's worth about $72. Pays a small dividend, which makes it qualified to be a bread and butter trade inside of the money flow. So we should expect it to pull back into around $72. That's what I'm expecting. And I probably look to start getting out of it around $64. But I'm not going to... Do I think the market will come down tomorrow after the data? Don't actually give a fuck. Isn't that cool? They're like, what do you think the CPI data will do? Don't give a fuck at all. Oh, I got to get out. Told you that wasn't a good sign. Let me take my $110 and go. All right, I feel a lot better. Made some money back today. Hope you guys stayed with it, man. So what do we got here? So if I'm day trading, it might hold up. We got our stage 4 decline, right? That's this right there. Meaning the 5-day, 10-day. But what's most important is that price broke that box and is headed down. Now it's confirmed by the moving averages and all the other shit that we look at, right? But it's really just price. And it's headed down now. It's like, okay, let's go down. So I'm not in right now. Do I want to short this? Nope. I'm trading to one side right now. Trading to the long side. Because the NASDAQ's in an uptrend. Let's see. So let's check the 3-minute. Time continuity, baby. So the 3-minute, what? It's still in an uptrend. So the difference in time will also be a difference in your stop loss. So a day trader might have a very short stop loss, because they're doing the money flow is Fractal, right? So that guy's look at that. Down we go. The fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. So this is a 1 minute. We could draw this out. Sideways, up, sideways. Well, we probably need to take that up just a little bit. And then now we're coming down. I imagine it comes down to about right in here. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. As far as CPI data, don't really give a shit. I'm going to be honest. Don't care at all. It's either going to be up or down, and the market's either going to go up and down. Trying to bet on tomorrow is a really stupid activity. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to bet on the CPI, well, you're doing really stupid things, by the way. But if you're like really into stupid things and you like to do stupid things, that's a fun activity for you to do. Maybe do even stupider. You could just go borrow your grandma's credit card and fucking use a credit card to buy the VIX, man. Just compound stupid with more stupid. Let's see. Did I offend anyone? You're like, I was going to buy the VIX and Gerald's making fun of me. Look, might be breaking out again, man. So here's where you can get the churn, man. Let's clean this up a little. He called me stupid. Let's see. See what we get on the... Let's watch this for a second. Look, we're coming back, man. We're coming back. Should we get ready to buy some? Let's see. I don't know. I'm not going to buy a full if I do because I don't like these quick comebacks. A lot of times they don't work out. Yeah, UAN, old man Jenkins. Are you not in the money flow? Man Jenkins, I thought you were in the money flow gang. Are you not in the money flow gang, sir? Are you just a thief? Let's see. No, still negative. I thought he was in the money flow gang. Schwab. What else was I going to look at today? Oh, checking out Bitcoin. A lot of people have been asking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing what we thought it would do. A lot of people assumed Bitcoin was going to go down. My experience, it doesn't take that long to go down. You know I am. Okay, I thought you were. Yeah, it's in my buy and hold, sir. Doesn't have to be, but it is. Happens to be in mine, yes, sir. Just making sure it wasn't someone with a similar name. So, yeah, we've had this with Bitcoin going sideways. You see how it just kind of sat there and worked off the RSI? You can work off the RSI. You can work off the RSI by going sideways. You don't have to go down to work off the RSI because it's measuring a composite average of the last 14 days. I don't want to get lost here. So, yeah, big breakout. Now we're at 30.23. We'll see if the altcoins follow. But Bitcoin could run hot on that RSI for a while. So don't treat the RSI like you do a regular stock. Bitcoin can run hot on the RSI for weeks. Like over here, we saw it. And it was way right in here when the RSI went extreme. And it ran for another 2 weeks straight up. So could easily keep going for another 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys have been buying some Bitcoin. Hopefully so. Hopefully. I don't want to buy Bitcoin, Gerald. I don't understand it. I'd rather buy the VIX and day trade the CPI. Joe, funny voice. You don't have to have time to watch Bitcoin. Yeah. Let's see. I like self-storage. I like Cube. Cube is one of mine. I like Cube. I'm not in PSA. I'm in Cube. PSA. They're way past a buy zone, though, man. You're way late. You're late, son. Better get your ass here on time. So the time you want to buy these stocks is way down here. You want to buy these stage ones, not these run-ups. So I only buy stage ones. That's stage one, stage one, stage one. I only buy stage ones on these. And look at that. If you just bought stage ones, you've been doing pretty good on these. But self-storage are fine. I like it. I'm not in LSI, but I am in Cube. Where's PNNT? Own this for a very long time. Stage one buy. I like this one. There's a lot of sympathy down on these, but you know, these don't move much. If you buy these kind of stocks, just remember that. These are not fast moving stocks. These are very speculative. Are we seeing a stage one? So if we're watching this, watch this. Do we see any curl here? Nope. Where's the MACD? Is it pointing up? Nope. Let's see if that changes as we sit here. So you see how that histogram right there? See this? It's saying that the pressure's to the downside. That needs to tick the other way at a bare minimum. Needs to tick the other way at a bare minimum. So we'll give it a second. Maybe it's, oh, look. Shit's changing. And we're above the 5, man. And look, we got a little area to play as a stop loss now. We got a little support, and we're above the 5. Let's take a quick shot at this. Just going to do half since I'm on here with you guys. And if it broke this, I would get out. That's how I'd play it. Now, what I don't like is that the previous high is right here. That's not a very big move. So what I'd prefer to see is this comes down even further. Like to see it come down into there and then set up for a sideways. It would feel a lot better. But if it's going to run, it's going to run. And part of the art is, does it run or does it not run? It's figuring that out. Now, if we back it up to a 3-minute, what do we see? Price is still in an uptrend, right? Still above the 20. You got a little conflict here with the 5 and 10 coming together. MACD's rolled over. Down, momentum's to the downside. But it's still above. So we'll see. And that's how I'm reading it. Like if I'm looking at it, any stock. Looking at any stock, man. I don't chase any stocks. They got a setup. And once they break out of the setup, I don't add to them. I don't do anything with them until they come back into the setup. And then I would add some. Let's look at plug. Too soon. Anchor point, still not above the 5-day. And we don't have 4 days. So not a buy for me. Not a buy for me. Let's check our gold trade. Ooh, look at our gold. Gold's building out this stage 3 though. But it doesn't, like Bitcoin, doesn't mean it has to go down. You know. Could keep going up. Now look, I'm losing money. See that came down? So I'm going to give it a, ooh, look at that. We're about to get busted out. That's why I just did half, because I didn't trust that move. It's just not far enough down. Like I'd like to see it come way down. I want to see it come way down before I really like it. See, we got busted out right there. Thought that would happen. And we talked about probably going to come right around into there. And I want to see this RSI go extreme, ideally. It doesn't have to do it on every play, man. But that's the ideal setup, is that's what happens. Look, it's coming right back. So this is what can fuck with you if you're trying to day trade, man. That's what makes it tough. Gone 3 minutes, back above the 20. So our gold trade, we're seeing gold create a stage 3. I've downsized this. The rest I'm going to let run unless it breaks down. AGQ. Silver. Still in silver. I just didn't add to it on this last go round. It's been a perfect run. Look at this. Stage 1, 3, 1, and then now we're running into a stage. Triple levered silver. It's been a pretty good run right there, man. So kind of a boring day, man, to be honest. Just a good day to add to a few things. We can add to a few things. If you don't have my book, grab my book, man. I'm going to pin this right here. If you're looking for some people to trade with, hit us up. Don't come in with no bullshit, though. Let's see. Oh, we're back, man. Oh. See how it's just tempting me? See how it's just tempting me? See how it goes. Now don't do all this shit unless you have time to do it. I just like doing it, and I have time to do it. So we already looked at BTC. It's going up, man. It's going up. Should have bought some this week. And the lesson there is the stage 3 doesn't have to go down, man. Stage 3 can go up, and that's what we saw with the breakout in Bitcoin. I don't know if we're going to have any altcoin action follow. Possible. Where's the XLF? Got a breakout now. For me, XLF's too far past the breakout point. We'll see what this does. This is pretty easy trade. I don't know if it gets any volume behind it, but this was so overdone, it was ridiculous. And it's an example of, in real time, if you're following the money flow of, they're like, you can't buy the bottom, Gerald. Okay, you can't buy the bottom. I buy the bottom all the fucking time. I might buy both bottoms, but I buy the bottom. So stage 1 falls back down. We add here, stage 1, and then add, and now it's breaking out. So now we would just let it run if it's going to run. We don't know. We don't know. But as far as, people tell you can't buy bottoms and can't pick tops, that's such nonsense. Of course you can. Maybe it's 50 cents off. I'm sorry. Oh, we're breaking out now. See the breakout? And so that's trading. Got stopped out. Now you're breaking out. Might get stopped out. Now you're breaking out. That's trading. I mean, so many people, I want to be a trader. Do you? You like getting punched in the nuts often? Is that what you like? You like just getting slapped all the time? Is that what you want to do? You just want to sit at your house and cry and wish you don't want to be a full-time trader. That's the dumbest thing to want to be. You want to trade and make money doing other things, man. You want to do this and make money, and you want to trade and make money, and you want to do other shit and make money. Like, oh, I want to trade for a living. Really? You just want to sit at home and fucking cry all day as you lose money? That sounds fun. So you never want to depend on trading. See, because the trick to money is having money. The secret to wealth is not needing money. As soon as you don't need the fucking money, you can make a lot of money. But the moment you need it, So if I need this trade to work to pay a bill, the trade ain't gonna work, man. But if I don't give a fuck if it goes up or down, don't really give a shit because I don't make my money like this. I just make money like this. But if it goes down here, okay, I do 8 other things to make money. So the same in, say, real estate. They're like, oh, my renter didn't pay me. Fuck that renter. They can all not pay me. I don't give a shit. Don't pay me. All of them, all 17 of them, fuck them. Don't pay me this month. I'll move them out and I'll get new ones. I don't make my money just from real estate. You get what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, well, fine. Fuck YouTube. Don't fuck YouTube. You don't have to pay me, YouTube. Fuck you. Don't pay me. I don't make my money just from YouTube. See what I'm saying? So I don't do anything for a living but be me. Everything else is just a side hustle, man. And that's called being a part-time millionaire, by the way. Like, you don't do anything for a living. It's like, what do you do for a living? Shit, I live, man. I make money, period. Oh, look at it, playing with my emotions. Now it's coming down. Fuck it, take it to zero. It could drop $27. Take it all the way down. But it's probably not going to happen, man. So that's what all that, whenever you hear me say, fuck it, take Uber to zero, like all that is like, I'm just trying to detach myself from any sort of self-worth attached to where a stock goes or any sort of reflection on myself or did I get it right? You know, I don't know where the market's going, man. I have no idea. You know, I have no idea where stocks are going. I know over time, 70% of the time they go up. And I know that just from history. You know, so I know I'm playing a game where most of the time it goes up. And if we go look at the daily trend right now is to the upside, right? We're moving up. We could be making a stage 3 here, but I don't think so. And so all this is a daily chart of the TQ. Look at that little bit of movement right there. It barely moved. But if you come over here to a 1 minute, man, we've had a wild day today. We've had all kind of ups and downs and moved. Like, look at this big sell-off, and then we ran up, and then we sold off. We fake breakout, 2 fake breakouts, then we came back down, then we ran up, came back down, ran up, then now we're breaking out again. And if you're a trader, you might attach some sort of self-worth or value or you get what I'm saying to this random movement of price. This is completely random, by the way. You know, don't try to make sense of it. It could just be Taco Tuesday. You know, what do you mean? Well, if a guy's got 50,000 shares and needs to go eat tacos with his friend and works for a big fund, he hits the button, this thing's coming down, Taco Tuesday. And then you're over here crying in the corner, oh, I'm not a very good trader. No, you just don't control price, man. So don't attach any self-worth to what stocks do. A lot of people do, though. They feel bad if the market's down. They feel good if the market's up, man. A lot of people I met, like last year, wanted to be, I want to be a professional trader. But then they quit trading when the market went down. So they were just trading. They were trading that feeling of the market. So it doesn't matter if it goes up or down, man. It's just going to do what it does. It's a fractal pattern. Where are we at on the 3, man? It's breaking down, man. Come on, man. Get up there. And down we go, man. Just like that. Now it's playing with our emotions. That's not nice, man. Yeah, that's where you got to get a little bit sad when the market goes up, man. That's how you want to be for real, though. If you're playing the long side, obviously, right? So that's all I got, man. We're taking a position in Schwab here. That's a position trade for me, not a buy and hold, but it's not a trade either. So just a position trade. We'll see what it does. There's a difference between a day trade, a swing trade, and a position trade. Those are all different. Those are all different. And I wouldn't even call it averaging down. I would just call it following the money flow. And I'll tell you something that I hear a lot when I do one-on-ones and I talk with people. People will always preference how much they're up or down when I ask them about a stock. They'll be like, oh, I'm in PayPal, but I'm down. And then they tell me they're down. And I'm like, don't really give a shit, bro. Didn't ask you what you paid for it. As if that somehow makes a difference. See, they think it makes a difference what they paid for it. I'm telling you, if you can understand this concept, whatever you paid for something does not fucking matter at all. It has nothing to do with the trade. It has nothing to do with where you would place a stop or a profit target. It has nothing to do with the value of the company. Nobody on planet fucking Earth cares but you what you paid for a stock. It has nothing to do with the stock market, trading, valuation, or anything. And yet people will have this hang up in their own mind that, well, what I paid for it, and then they're fucking married to this stupid stock that may never go to the price they paid for it. What then, man? What then? Let me give you an example, man. And this is learning to trade around positions. Now, no matter how much I yell this and say this, it takes people about 4 or 5 years to get it. Let's say you bought PayPal way up here, which nobody on world gives a shit except you. And you're like, oh, I got it right here. Well, I'm underwater. Now, here's what happens when people get this underwater. They're not buying these stage ones. They stop even looking at the damn thing, okay? They stop looking at it. Now, I don't even want to log in, okay? Don't log in. And then this happens. You get a nice move. And then it breaks out. And then it runs up. And it bangs the RSI. Puts in a stage 3. Hits exactly where you would expect it to go, previous high. And then goes into a stage 4 decline, right? And then picks up another stage 1. Now, this guy will say, well, I can't sell it here because I paid much more higher. The RSI does not give a shit what you paid for it, man. And so if you would have took some off and let it come in, now you'd be buying it back. What is that? $15 lower? And you could, what my friend there said, average down much faster by trading around the position than trying to just keep lowering your price point. That is the hardest concept for people to get, man. Really, really is tough. It really, really, really is tough. Let me show you one. Now look at this. If I showed you this and I had showed you the money flow, and you know this, and you know how it works, you know about the 20, you know all that stuff, and I say, cool, hey, let's get some of this. Wait for that stage 1, and we get the RSI, check. So now we got an anchor point. We get 4 days, and we get price above the 5-day, and we're like, cool. So we start accumulating, right? And we're buying this up. We're buying this up. Now, bam, we get a breakout, right? And what are we going to try to do? Ride it to the next RSI. So up we go, upsy daisy. And then the RSI hits. Now, everyone I would show this to would be like, oh, this is where we start selling. I'm like, yeah, this is where we start selling. We don't sell it all. We trim it. We're not going to sell it all unless it breaks the 20. That was not a break, by the way. That bounced off. So every time a stock has a 3 or 4 day sell-off, don't ring the register. This is normal activity, guys. It needs to pull back some. So it pulls back, and now what? We're headed back up. Hopefully it keeps going, and it'll go to here. And then the RSI will go extreme, and you'll sell a little more. And we might ride this thing all the way to $26, guys, if you don't fuck it up on the way up. Now, I can explain that to you, and you're like, yeah, that makes total sense. Except if you bought it up here, you can't do anything I just showed you because you're too fucking worried about what you paid for it. And now you can't do this. Can't do this now. That's what happens. Well, I can't trim any. That's the rules. So that's one of the hardest things for people to get. Now, if you're trying to accumulate, then no, you wouldn't. Of course, you wouldn't trim it. But if you're calling yourself a trader, that's how you trade around a position to lower your price point in a position. Do you put stops on your position trades? No. Wouldn't be a position trade. It'd be a swing trade, man. Position trades are you're trading around the position, what I just showed you. You don't give a fuck if it goes up or down. If it goes down, stage one, I'm adding some. If it runs up and the RSI goes extreme and it goes sideways, I take some off, whether I'm up or down. And I trade around the position until it gets to true value. The lights come on, Jesus parts the sky and he says, hey, the stock is worth 50 bucks. It's hit 50 bucks. My son, here's your money. And then the position trade is done, man. That's position trading. That's position trading. Oh, look, we're up 47 bucks on our day trade we just opened. Should have done 1,000 shares, but I was nervous. I didn't like that little run. But look, now we hit the RSI and I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't sell any. I'm only up $50, right? But those are the rules, right? Let's sell a little bit, man. Hold on. What's up, Austin? Are you back? Let's see. Let's just sell 100. So we hit the RSI. Now look, now we're moving higher. There we go. Now we might walk it up. And let's say we run and then we hit the RSI again. I'll trim a little bit more out. We start to go sideways. We run again, hit it again. I'll trim a little more out. Does GP also get nervous about the market? No, man. I ain't your mama, man. I ain't going to get nervous. Nervous about what? Numbers on a screen going up and down? The number of grown men that I see that go to the gym and you think you're fucking smart and cool and you're all ripped and then numbers on a screen change and you have some sort of fucking emotional reaction to it. Oh my God, my stock went down. And it's like, bro, you can bench 350, but looking at a screen and it goes red, you get nervous. You get nervous. You get nervous. It's just numbers, man. Stocks go up, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody on planet Earth says. This game is rigged. Market has always gone up. It's gone up your whole entire fucking life. Back it up. Your whole fucking life. This, look. 337. Where was it last year? Well, the year before. All the way back to 1840. All you guys going to the gym, doing all that bullshit, and then you come into the stock market and act like a bunch of, you know what it is, man. It's fucking ridiculous. This game is rigged. It only goes up and periodically goes down, and that's when all the big tough guys get blown out. All your shit talking and memes, and then you're out of the market. That's the truth. That's the truth. I watch it over and over and over, man. But when you start to shrink the time frame, guess what? It starts to flow up and down. Starts to flow up and down. Look at this, up and down. So this is a daily. Look, the daily. It swings around. Look at it. Well, let's go even lower, man. Let's take it to an hourly. And now all of a sudden it starts to get crazy, man. That's called the fractal pattern of the money flow. It's a fractal pattern. Fractals are a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They're created by repeating a simple process over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop driven by recursion. In other words, when you walk outside and it looks fucking cloudy, it means it's going to rain. And you don't need to be a meteorologist to pick up on that. That's a fractal pattern, by the way. Let's watch the 1 minute. And look at this, man. It's a 1 minute chart. You can see the money flow in this fractal pattern, clear as day. The stuff I see you guys spending time on, wasting. What do you think about Fibonacci ratios? Nothing. I think it's bullshit. That's what I think. That's what I think. Then it goes sideways, and then it goes up. Then it goes sideways, and then it goes down, and then it goes sideways, and then it goes up. That's it, man. Fractal pattern. Fractal pattern. Don't attach any emotion to this shit, man. It's just stocks. They just go up and down, and you need them to go down. Look at MPW, by the way. I told all my real estate friends about this. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'm scared. MPW pays a 14% dividend yield. They own billions of dollars in real estate across the country. That it had fallen to a fucking ridiculous level due to the banking crisis. It has nothing to do with this company. And down it goes. So we started buying. Now we're in the green, and it pays 14%. No phone calls, no toilets, no tenants. It will pay you fucking forever. And now it's just going to go higher and higher and higher. Just free money. Free. But I'm too busy. I can't look. Well, I'm so busy, I can't look, Gerald. It says free money. Free. Now just pay you 14%. But because it might go up and down, well, I can't buy that, Gerald, because it goes up and down. I go to the gym, and I'm the tough guy. I do all this bullshit, but I can't watch a screen because the color might change, and then I'll get scared because the color changed. Not the dividend, but the color on the thing changed. And that's where a lot of us get. You place some sort of value in whether the stock goes up or down. So I couldn't get this free money if this stock didn't come down. But if you bought it up here, you might have some different opinion of it. I don't give a fuck about your opinion or what you paid for it. If it's on sale now, I'm buying it now. Man, such an easy game. Easy game. It's rigged, man. It's rigged. UAN's another one. This one pays huge dividends. There's so many of these, man. There's so many of these. Look at this. Last year paid $27 a share. $27 a share. $27. Can we integrate this pattern into AI? Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Just be as lazy as fucking possible. Don't even look at it yourself. Get a computer to look at it for you because you can't look. Don't be bothered to look at the charts. My God, then you might have to actually learn shit. Why do that if you can just run a filter? Why bother reading? You could just go hang out with your friends and do dumb things and don't bother reading. You could just go watch TV and let AI do it for you. My God. What is wrong with you guys, man? Fucking AI. Gerald, let's program it so I don't have to do jack shit. No, we're not doing AI. You're going to watch it. Do it yourself, man. Let's see. You got me all stressed out, man. Oh, now we're rolling back over. We should get a computer to do it for us so I don't have to read. I don't like to read, Gerald. We're about to close it out, man. Oh, not yet. No, we're not doing that. Maybe you guys could run a filter too. That way you don't have to watch any stocks. Just run a filter. That way you don't have to watch them because you're so busy doing such big things, changing the world. I'm changing the world, Gerald. Let's see. I'm doing such important things. I can't be bothered to look at stock charts. Let's see. We might get closed out here, man. I think I'm up on the day. Are we up on the day if you're in my day trade room? Not really. Maybe we're still even. At least we made back that shit we were down, man. Let's see. No, I wouldn't automate anything. Oh, there we go. I wouldn't automate anything, and I would spend a lot of time reading, and I'd spend a lot of time understanding charts and going through and learning the pattern and the flow of it and how it connects to the different sectors and really spend some ear. Is that on the radar? No, man, never heard of that. Let's see. What is that stock? Yeah, no, not yeah, the GP chat thing. Let's see. I don't know. I don't like the chart pattern. It's too soon. I don't know. You could take a position, I guess. Well, I sure liked it better back here, but I don't know. Not a bad spot. You're above the 5. It's got an anchor point. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of an expensive stock, man. But yeah, probably going to 500 though. I like it. I like it. I like it. I didn't pick it, so fuck that stock. Let's see. Schwab. Let's see. What was the other one I was going to show you? UAN's a good one. Let's see. Oh, we've been long these utility stocks, man. All my real estate friends should know all about these, man. A lot of these utility stocks like Southern Electric, these have been doing great, man. Anytime these utility stocks get underneath that 200-day moving average, you want to pick them up, man. It's almost a guarantee, man. It's the easiest trading I've ever seen. When you get a big dividend stock that breaks underneath the 200, we call it the bread and butter. It almost always goes back to that 200. I mean, it is rare that it doesn't get pulled back to that 200. It is super rare that that doesn't happen. Look at Dow. Look at Dow. Yes, Zim is beautiful. Everyone I showed it to, though, don't you think it's a dividend trap, Gerald? How does CPI affect the stock market? Nobody gives a shit. No, it'll come out as a number, and it'll either go up or down. And guess what? 3 weeks from then, you won't even remember what you were doing or why it mattered. My point is, it actually doesn't matter. Matters to a bunch of day traders. Now, in our day trade room, I'm sure it'll pop off and things will move up and things will move down and it'll be crazy. But overall, doesn't really mean a lot, man. It's a rigged number anyway. I wouldn't put a lot into it. I definitely wouldn't be somebody trying to play it with options or VIX. If you're doing that, you've actually lost your mind, by the way. You've literally lost your brain power if you're doing that. If you're doing that, let me save you from that life, man. Let me save you from it. But I'm sure if the number comes in good, it looks like inflation's coming down, which I think we're starting to see. Some rents are starting to lower. You're going to see the market take off. If that comes in bad, you're going to see, high, you're going to see the market come down. Up or down. Who cares? Up or down. Does it matter? At the end of the day, does it matter? Not to me. Unless you're selling your stocks, it doesn't matter. Uh-oh, we're about to get kicked out. Yeah, MO was on the list. PM. I own so much MO that, yeah, it's a nice breakout too. It was on my list for, so if you go to my newsletter, this is in the newsletter, but if you go to the back, I think it's page 35 now. There's a good interview with me and the finance cowboy guy. That was kind of fun. The only thing I hate with some of these young podcasters is your fucking time limits. Stop with the time limits. Somebody's talking, just let it go. They're like, they have this idea in their head that people only want to hear 40 minutes or an hour. It's like, no. Joe Rogan has a 3-hour podcast, by the way. Just let it go. You can make part 1, part 2. Just let it go. If someone's talking, let them talk. Just let it flow, man. Don't shut it down on some, you're the boss. You're in control. You don't have to stop it. Just let it go. It's like we're producing a fucking 30-minute television show where it's so far and then a commercial and then so far. Just let it run, man. Let it run. And then here's an idea. Don't even fucking edit it. Just load it up. If you're not managing $100 million real estate portfolio, there's no reason why you can't day trade in the morning. Well, unless you just don't want to, bro. Not everybody wants to day trade. And I don't think anybody's managing $100 million portfolio. Not everybody's cut out to day trade, though, man. Or want to. It is a little stressful. But if you go to page 35, you'll see what I'm looking at for the week. My stage ones that I'm looking at. Any dividends that I'm collecting. I always rank the indexes. Some stuff I'm always looking at trading. Current breakouts. Some new swings that we're in. It's just kind of my plan for the week, okay? And if you notice, ideas and thoughts, Schwab. Although I meant to put an H, not a B. It's thepetersreport.com, man. Just hit my bio link. Anyway, these are just ideas, so you should always have ideas. I do this every week. You should do something similar every week so that you're in control of what you got going on, you know? You don't want to be out there flying by the seat of your pants. You know, you don't want to be in there and getting some Reddit forum and next thing you know, you're buying a stock, man. That's not how you want to do it. And if you're in the money flow, you're supposed to be doing your own board, at least on paper or on a board every day or every week on your own. If you're not doing that, I assure you, you're not going to be in long. You're going to be the guy that quits. The guy that quits. It's the guy that quits. I get them all the time. I lost my job, so I have to quit. And it's like, no, not really. Quit something else, bro. Don't eat. Fucking skip a meal for about a week. Skip something else. Don't quit. Like, just do that. Don't quit, man. There's an option. Don't fucking quit. Stop being quitters. That's an option. Don't quit. That's the best way to be a trader. Don't quit. The other best way is don't do it for money. That always confuses people. Very few people who do anything great do it for money. You don't do it for money. You know, you might make money doing it. But if you've ever heard me say, the closer you get to free, look at that money flow pattern right there. Man, I don't know, man. Blows my mind that anybody trades any other way. All this bullshit I see with the Fibonacci ratios and all that bullshit. The closer you get to free, the better you'll be. All right? You play football for a very long time for free before you get paid. If you trade because you like to trade, guess what happens? Eventually, you're going to get good, man. Where's he goes? Where's my man? I'm supposed to get back to my man to be on my podcast. Uncultured Currency. Always, man, you're always talking bad about trading groups, man. My trading group loves me, bro. I don't understand that. Our trading group is great. I don't know what kind of, you must be hanging out with some weird groups, man. My group be doing the homework, man. So everybody in my group does the homework. And really, we're trading on our own, man. And we're putting it together. The buy and hold, the dividends. I try to keep everybody out of options because I think you're going to lose your money. And I try to keep people out of short-term trading the best I can. Focus on the buy and hold. Focus on getting out of debt. Build your base. Track the indexes. Start doing your homework every week. Find your breakouts, your bread and butter trades, and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'll get back to you, bro. But yeah, you're right. There's some horrible ones out there. I was just fucking with you. But yeah, I keep meaning to get back to you, man. I got sidetracked and then I had one problem after another, man. You know how it goes. What was I going to say? Nope, I forgot. Anyway, hopefully everybody got their Zim dividend. That was a nice one. Keep an eye on UAN. That's another huge dividend payer. Pays about 20-30% yield. I know there's a lot of doubters out there. They'll be like, stocks can't pay that kind of yield. Yes, they can. Certain stocks can, but it's a certain setup. It's a certain kind of stock. So we got a 25% dividend yield on Zim this week, and now it's up 12%. Do the math on that, man. I ain't that damn smart. But 25 plus 12 is 37% in 1 week. Plus, we've gotten other dividends. So I don't know, man. Do the math. Some stocks can do that if they're set up for that. Some stocks are set up to return the money to the shareholder. It's a different kind of business, man. That's not all of them are like that, though. Very much like a REIT. But some of them do it, and then they don't call themselves a REIT because if they do the REIT thing, they got to follow a bunch of stupid rules. So these guys want to be able to raise and lower the dividend. REITs can't do that. REITs, by law, have to pay out 90% of their income. What Zim is doing is they've committed to paying out 30% of profits in the form of a dividend. They make $2 billion. There's only 120 million shares. Do the math. Get it? If they make $1 billion, there's only 120 million shares. Do the math. And so that's how that works, man. And so they distribute, based on how much they make. Same with UAN. UAN's the same way. ET's fine. ET's fine. I've owned it a bunch of years. That's in our buy and holds. It's already past a breakout point, though, for me. Somebody just tried to call in. Look at that pattern, man. Look at that. That is literally, look, man. Look at that. Clear as day, man. Sideways up, sideways down, sideways. Look at that. Like, Jesus, man. Holy moly. Sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, sideways down, sideways. Now we're going up. Look at Bank of America. Look at this. Sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, sideways kind of creep down, but then down and then sideways. Now we're breaking out. Beautiful, 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 man. All right, you guys be good, man. Appreciate you. Went a little too long.